Before we get into this video, I just want to be very clear about one thing. Gaming obviously has its pros and cons. It's like any hobby, if you do it in balance with the rest of your life, it could be healthy and even beneficial. But if you let it take over everything, that's when it can cause problems. But in this video, I'm talking about the pros of gaming, but specifically the pros of gaming for me personally. This is what works for me as a lad in his 30s, just trying to keep the gaming alive and exciting. When I was younger, my backlog didn't matter. I could jump between games without even thinking twice. I could spend an hour playing Pokemon, pop on Halo for a couple of hours, maybe finish with some COD zombies. But now, if I have even 5 half-finished games, I feel overwhelmed and it's always in the back of my mind and I feel stressed, and usually I end up ditching those games and looking for something new and fresh. This choice overload means that I have too many options, which makes it harder to commit to one single game. And therefore that leads to me being dissatisfied with the one that I have ended up picking. Like the whole grass is greener thing, what if there's a better game to play or something that will give me more immediate enjoyment? So to avoid all that, I play one game at a time. That one game usually has a strong single player story, incredible visuals, and a soundtrack that I can just lose myself in. I treat it like I'll treat any sort of great novel or amazing film, something that I'm fully invested in. Not just something to do to pass the time, but something to commit to and absorb and experience. It's made gaming feel meaningful again, instead of just ticking boxes on the backlog list. Some people may get the satisfaction from ticking those boxes, but not me. I need a real gaming experience. I need to be able to dedicate some good time to one game, make the most of it, really lose myself in this game, walk away feeling satisfied with what I've experienced and what I've learned and felt. I game about 2 hours an evening, 3 or 4 nights a week, and trust me, that's not because I've stopped loving it as much as I used to, but because by doing this, gaming becomes something that I'm looking forward to rather than something that's part of my routine. I mean, you have enough of that with work, cleaning, cooking, laundry, gym for some people. It's always routine, set days and set times, organisation, but I try not to let gaming become a part of that, to get lost in routine with everything else. Gaming is still a big part of my week, just not all of my week. I get my work done, I do something productive, and then I play. Now, I don't want you to think it's because I feel the need to earn the right to game. That's something I don't want people thinking. I don't want people to have that mindset, because you don't have to earn the right to sit back and enjoy a gaming session. But if I have done something productive beforehand, I do find that my mind is more clear and I can properly relax and get into my game properly. Sometimes I'll have a gaming session, having not done anything productive all day, and I still love that. I'll still do that from time to time, but as I get older, I do enjoy being productive and then having that peace of mind, that sort of clear conscience, I guess you can say. So when I do end up sitting down for a few hours and I game it out, it's just completely guilt-free. I can enjoy it without stressing about anything else. For me personally, that's just my harsh reality. But if that's what it takes to fully enjoy something that I'm passionate about, rather than partly enjoy it, then I'm fine with that. I'm not fighting that anymore. I do have responsibilities and I don't want to float my way through life. I do want to accomplish things, but I won't be sacrificing game time to make things happen. Gaming gets its own secured place in my life. Lately I've done a fair bit of research into the benefits of gaming, and while this video isn't about the science behind it and doesn't go too in depth on the subject, there are a few points that I thought were worth mentioning. A 2024 study from the University of Limerick found that regular gamers, so people who play more than 7 hours of action-based video games each week, performed 12.7% faster on executive function tasks and 17.4% faster on memory tasks compared to non-gamers. They weren't necessarily sharper because they played more games. They were sharper because the games that they did play demanded those exact skills. And that's not all. An analysis of 63 studies, which totaled over 2,000 participants, found a significant improvement in overall cognitive performance. That includes improvement in attention, perception, multitasking, and higher level reasoning. There's even work showing that older adults with mild memory decline saw improvements in memory function thanks to video gameplay interventions. Now, you may argue that games are for escape, not brain training, and that is somewhat a fair point. Yet, one piece of research highlights how open world titles offer cognitive escapism that measurably reduces stress and promotes mental well-being. They found that the sense of freedom these worlds provide improves your mood and relaxation with statistical significance. I'm not saying gaming is a replacement for other treatments, obviously. I'm simply emphasising that it does have its benefits, and It isn't just nothing more but a bad habit or a time passer. But beyond numbers, let's consider game mechanics. Some games are about resource management, strategy, spatial reasoning with physics puzzles like Portal, and there's actually this little game called Neuro Racer, which is an explicitly therapeutic game, which trained multitasking in older adults so effectively it became FDA approved for attention therapy. Listen, ultimately I game because it's fun, and it helps me unwind. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I play Skyrim to help me manage my crippling anxiety, that's not the case. But my point here is that it's just nice to know that gaming does have these proven benefits. If you need them, it does have them. If your mind is in need of them, they are there. That's just a bonus. It's not the main purpose, but it's a really good bonus if you ask me. I mean, just the fact that you can have your downtime playing games, experiencing an incredible story with jaw-dropping visuals and just stunning music, all the while sharpening your cognitive skills. That really sets gaming apart from other forms of entertainment, in my opinion. For so many people, gaming is a literal lifesaver, and I will never question it when someone tells me that gaming saved them. Every so often, I go back to the games that I loved years ago. I genuinely believe that there is something very healing about revisiting memories. We all change as time goes on, and the world changes, and quite a lot of us don't like that change. So to be able to go back and feel how we felt, recapturing that feeling of simpler times and peace, that is a great thing to be able to do, and a very important thing as well. That's not just about reliving memories. Surprise, surprise, there's a science behind this as well. Psychologists have found that gaming nostalgia can genuinely improve well-being. Research shows that revisiting old gaming experiences boosts feelings of social connectedness and optimism. It's the same reason playing Mario Kart with your family years ago still makes you feel warm inside when you think about it today. One study found that people who re-engage with nostalgic games often report stronger feelings of identity and belonging because those games are tied to who they were at that point in their lives. In uncertain or stressful times, going back to an old favourite serves two purposes: entertainment and a therapeutic experience. It is proven to give us emotional comfort. Now, I don't need science to tell me this, I feel it, and I'm sure you do too. My new game to old game ratio these days is honestly about 50-50. Now, whether that's because games aren't as good these days or because I'm getting older, I don't know, but I love that balance, it just works for me. I do think that games these days have taken a bit of a wrong turn, gone in the wrong direction with microtransactions and all that, for the most part. So revisiting the classics, it reignites that spark a little bit. In fact, very soon I'll be replaying the Mass Effect trilogy, and I might give Andromeda a proper go this time, I don't know. But I am buzzing for that. These days, I'm happy to say that gaming isn't just a hobby, it actually fuels my creativity. I write a bit of fiction on the side, and some of my best ideas have come from moments in games. I haven't copied anything, but it's simple things like a certain part of a soundtrack, or a line of dialogue from a character, or a stunning location, or even a side quest that sort of particularly resonates with me for some unknown reason. Things like that spark my creativity, and they serve as valuable inspiration for me. This means that even when I'm sitting there playing for fun, I'm also gathering material and sparking ideas, and gaming genuinely feels productive because of this. Obviously, I'm not kidding myself, it is my downtime, but I feel pretty blessed that this still partly serves as fuel for something that could potentially be life-changing one day. Not saying I'm going to be the next Tolkien, guys, but you know, watch this space, okay? But I'm sure many of you have this same relationship with gaming, especially those in the process of developing their own games, or musicians, screenwriters, artists of any sort really. There is a lot of inspiration that comes from gaming. Just another reason why I love it so much, and why I won't have anybody tell me that's a waste of time. But come on man, it's not a waste of time, you know it isn't. Come on. So anyway, that's how I managed to keep gaming a positive and exciting part of my life whilst I'm in my 30s. Limit the backlog, play one game at a time, make it a deep game. I mean, you don't have to, you can play time passes if that's what fits into your routine, but play one game at a time, a deep story-based game preferably, and just keep it balanced, you know? Revisit the past for that magic, and let gaming inspire whatever else you might be passionate about. You don't need to grow out of game, and you don't need to feel guilty about setting time aside for it. Do it right, and it can be so valuable to you, and it can enrich your life in so many ways. Anyway, please like and subscribe if this video was any good for you, and feel free to leave a comment with your thoughts. It does spike my anxiety big time, but it's good for the algorithm, so please just go ahead. Haters, supporters, whoever, just write what you need to write. And as usual, I'm not great at goodbyes, so...